Well, good morning from Squak Mountain outside Issaquah on the Margaret's Way Trail. We're walking in a winter wonderland. This is Steve with my hiking buddy Gino.
Whoa.
And we're on the Margaret's Way Trail heading up to Debbie's View. It's a little before 8 o'clock. Just turned the headlamps off. Started about 6:15. Very cold and frosty this morning. 28 in the parking lot. Trail's actually in pretty good shape here. Not too bad. So finally was able to start filming here. It's light enough, and we're fast approaching a big intersection where we're gonna head over to Debbie's View. Trail up here is new. The one we're on is like 6 years old, and then the Debbie's View trail, we just saw a trip report that it was finished up here. Gino saw it when it was under construction. It used to be pretty muddy. So coming to a trail intersection. One thing I was going to mention, if you ever come up here, Gino and I have hiked all over, and Gino, I think you'd agree, this trail has the best signage of any trail.
Yeah.
It is really good. It's tough to get lost up here. So, okay, got a big mud puddle to negotiate. We'll check in a bit. Thanks for hiking with us. So we're on the new trail out to Debbie's View. I don't think it's officially open. The other trail is still open, and the other trail is right below us here.
Yep.
A few feet down. It's very muddy down there. This one's up above it. And surprisingly, after not seeing anybody all morning, we ran into an older gentleman coming our way. And the one thing about this Squak Mountain is there's all kinds of trails and different access points. We accessed it off State Route 900, the Renton-Issaquah Highway. He accessed it over in Issaquah and came up a different direction. So as you can see here, this area, Gino, doesn't look like it's finished yet. So we're just kind of cutting through on it. And we're going to connect with the other trail. They've got some work to do. Thanks to Washington Trails for doing this. Okay, I'm going to stop filming here as we get down to the main trail. And we're going to head down to Debbie's View, where it looks like we're going to have a nice view this morning. Sunrise in the east. Okay, we'll check in a minute. So from Debbie's View, quite a view this morning. Mount Rainier in the distance. Sun coming up. And we got fog down below us in the lowlands. Looks like we got fog over Lake Washington, Puget Sound off in the distance here. Just a real pretty morning. And I was going to mention I stopped filming the actual second half of Debbie's View Trail has been redone, and it is really nice. Real nice. So anyway, Gino, what time is it?
7:55.
7:55. Sunrise this morning was 7:53, so we just got up here a couple minutes after sunrise. And we're going to check in a bit. We're going to take a water break, snack break, and then we'll probably film more on the way down since it was dark all the way up. Okay, thanks for hiking with us. Enjoy the view. Kind of socked in below us. Looking west here. Kind of a nice area. There's actually a second viewpoint down low. We went by there on the way up. I don't know if it has a name, does it, Gino? Do you remember?
No.
And it was so dark, we just decided to wait on the way down. We'll go check it out, but you can see off in the distance how the fog is covering Puget Sound, and right below us here in the area between Squak and Cougar. Okay, We've had our break and we're gonna head down, probably take some video on the way down, show you the sights such as they are, and we'll check in along the way. One last view of Rainier before we head down. So the second half of the Trail to Debbie's View is also new, and we're on it right now. As you can see, quite a bit of snow up here, and still in the trees as well. But the old trail was very, very susceptible to mud, and it would be probably a solid mud puddle. Crunchy snow under my feet here. So we're glad the new trail's open. I mentioned Washington Trails earlier. I'm assuming they did it, but if it was someone else, the DNR or Washington Conservation Corps, thanks to you. Whoever did it, a big thank you from Steve and Gino. Okay. We're getting up to the intersection of the old and new trail, and we'll check in along the way on the way down. So I wanted to mention the trail conditions this morning. While there is snow in the woods, the trails are pretty much like this, just dirt, some mud puddles. We actually ran into snow pretty far down, starting up out of the parking lot, I should say at lower elevation, and kind of like this, off on the sides. And the only slick spot this morning for us, there's, for those of you who've been up here, there's a swampy section that they put in some boardwalks, and because the boardwalks are elevated, it was like a ice skating rink going over them. So just if you come early and it's cold, just be aware that they were quite frosty. So we're on the Margaret's Way Trail now, and we're heading back to the parking lot. If I haven't mentioned it, we started down off of State Route 900, the Issaquah-Renton Highway, and but you can access Squak from a bunch of different areas, parking locations and trailheads. May Valley Road and is one on the south side of Squak, and then I think there's a couple access points up in Issaquah, which is where the older gentleman was coming from. So just some FYIs, and we'll check in down below. The interesting thing on the way up, Gino and I, for those of you who know us, have each been buzzed or harassed by owls before, either hiking or on walks, and they seem to be attracted to our headlamps. And this morning it was real funny because we heard a number of owls kind of hooting at each other, and we were joking. They were saying, "Oh, here comes Steve and Gino, let's get them." But never saw them, and so we were thankful for that. So anyway, we'll check in. There's a couple nice areas down below with views, and like I said, the one main viewpoint has some really nice views, and we'll take some film from there. Okay, thanks for hiking with us. Coming to a water crossing here. No bridge, so we gotta jump over this small stream. A little easier to see in the daylight, Gino.
Need a light vest.
Remember I said earlier the boardwalk down here was quite icy? Here it is. Looks like a skating rink, Gino. So rather than film and watch me fall on my big rear end, I'm going to turn the camera off as we go through this section, and we'll pick up down the way. We're getting pretty close to the second viewpoint here, but if you come up here, like I said, and it's a cold morning and we've had moisture, these boardwalks are quite frosty and covered with ice in spots. So, okay, be careful like we're going to be. We got a tree down. We're guessing this came down Monday when the wind was blowing pretty good. So when a tree's down, bear with me as I go over this thing. And we survived, by the way, the icy boardwalk of doom. No falls. It was slick. Okay, we're approaching the viewpoint at the lower elevation, and we'll check in there. And we're at the lower viewpoint, which I don't believe has a name, does it, Gino?
Nope.
And we met a guy as we came out here who told us, and as you can see in the distance, the Olympics are out up above Puget Sound, I believe, where the fog bank is. Nice view from up here. High clouds are rolling in. What have we seen? We're up to 6 hikers, including the gentleman we just saw who's doing some trail maintenance.
Your plane taking off from SeaTac there?
Gino, you got better eyes than me, so I will take your word for it. Gino sees a plane taking off at SeaTac, but he's got those eagle eyes. They haven't been operated on like mine. Okay, we're going to take a water break here and then head down. I mentioned the signage on this trail. At every intersection you come to, there's a real nice sign like this that gives you the arrows and which way to go. So it's, I think it'd be very difficult to get lost up here, Gino, with the signage, because it's the best signage of any of the trails in the Issaquah Alps system, in our opinion. So just wanted to show you what one looks like, and these are all over at every trail intersection, and there's a lot of them up here. So just follow the signs and the arrows, and you'll be okay. So on the lower reaches of this Margaret's Way, you see stuff like this, these electrical boxes, and part of the hike is on an old road, and this was actually a campground years ago up here. Before our time, Gino.
Yep.
And I'll take a video when we get down lower. There's a old house that was the lodge for the campground, and now it's a King County Parks office, and actually it was kind of nice. I shouldn't say nice, it was just the guys are usually there before 6 o'clock working and open the parking lot, which is gated before 6, and you go by and you see the guys working in there, and I'm sure they look out and see Gino and me in our headlamps and go, what are those two guys doing out there so early? But anyway, yeah, there was a campground up here, and there's still all the hookups that we'll see. So anyway, I'll film some more on the way down. What are we up to? 12 hikers we've passed, 8 with masks, 4 without. Okay, check in one final time when we get down low. So this is the old clubhouse for the campground. Get a better picture of it down here, but now it's an office for King County. And like I said, you see guys in there in the morning, guys and gals working. But we're done. Gino, give me the time.
9:30.
9:30, so 3 hours and 15 minutes. 23 hikers today, 18 with masks, so good job. And I think this is going to be it for the year. So first off, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, season's greetings, whatever your persuasion is. And more than likely a Happy New Year from Steve and Gino. And let's hope 2021 is a better year for all of us. And anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. If you liked it, like I said, my YouTube channel is Hiking Man Steve, and we'll see you next year. Thanks for hiking with us.